This is Trulywicked Crafts Flosstube. Thank you for coming to join me. Welcome. If you're new, I appreciate you coming to check me out. If you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I'm so glad to see you again. You know, sort of metaphysically, since I can't actually look through the screen and see you. New cup. Because it is tea weather at long last. It is tea weather. So, thank you to anybody who has commented. Thank you to everybody who has liked, who has subscribed, who has shared my videos. If you have shouted me out, please comment below and let me know so I can, thank you individually. Because I like to thank people individually if they shout me out. It's a very nice thing to do. So, first thing I want to talk about is a hashtag. If you, look back in my YouTube history, you will see that I pretty much come originally from, like, the yarn community. Crochet, knitting, that sort of thing. And there is a tag that floats around for people who work with yarn around about this time of year every year. And it's called Get Your Yarn Wishes Granted. Well, I looked to see if there was one for stitchers. And there wasn't. And that kind of made me go, wait. Because stitchy people are some of the most generous I have ever come across. I mean, yarny people are generous as well, but stitchers just seem so much more so. I don't know why. But it's like this whole wonderful ball of goodwill and goodness that's just magnified for some reason. I don't know why. So it kind of shocked me that there was no Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted. So I decided to start hashtag Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted. And how this works is you post your first wish on Instagram. There is an image that you can post it with, and I will link to that image, and anything else I talk about will be linked below in the description box. So you take the image, you post it on Instagram, you use it for your picture for the post on Instagram, and in the caption box, you say what your wish is. Then you hashtag it, Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted, and post it on Instagram. If some wonderful stitcher out there sees your wish and decides that they want to, and they're like, oh, hey, I could grant that easy, then they will comment on your post, wish granted. If it is a physical item that they are sending you, or if it is a physical item that you have wished for, they'll go and they will direct message you through Instagram to request your address so they can send you what you wished for. Excellent. Here's where it gets even more fun. If you want, you can, if you want to, post subsequent wishes. But you have to do something first. You have to grant someone else's wish if you want to post a second, third, fourth, etc., etc., etc. wish. If you want to post more than one wish, for each subsequent wish, you grant someone else's wish. You go into the Get Your Stitchy Wishes Granted tag, you find someone whose wish has not yet been granted, and you grant that wish. And then you get to post another wish, and maybe all your wishes will be granted, maybe only one or two will be granted. But it's a great way for you to do something nice for someone else. And also, maybe you'll get your unicorn. I've seen a couple of people who have gotten, who've had their wishes granted with, out-of-print patterns. And it's great. It's amazing because you always see these out-of-print patterns. People are like, I'm trying so hard to find it. And you know it's out there somewhere. You know it's out there somewhere, but is it available for you? You don't know. So it's been great seeing people getting their wishes granted. As soon as the mail comes in with an order I made to 123 Stitch, I will be granting someone. I will be sending off someone else's wish that I granted. Where am I at? So, hashtag get your stitchy wishes granted. Do it. Join it. Join the fun, my people. Join the fun. So, there's one thing. There are a couple of sales that I am participating in right now. First sale is the Stitcher's Coven Thanksgifting sale. TSC Thanksgiving. Thanksgifting. TSC Thanksgifting. And how this works is from November through December, anything that you're working on that was gifted to you is a gift to someone else. Any of the materials were gifted to you. If stitching alone is a gift to yourself, if your significant other or if your significant other got you the pattern or any of the materials and they didn't know they got it for you, it counts. It's part of a gift to you. It's about being grateful. It's being run by the Stitcher's Coven, the Facebook group. Also, hashtag it on Instagram, TSC Thanksgifting. And it was created by the wonderful, the amazing, the lovely Amy of Amytoville. If you don't know Amy, I don't know where you've been. She's amazing. So, that's a great sale that I am definitely participating in. Woo! And then there is my own sale, the witchyshadowssal. And originally it was, started on July 13th, was meant to go through to the end of October, but I dropped the ball. So it's going to be an ongoing sale. And there's a Facebook group for it. And basically the rules are, if it's got a witch and a shadow in the pattern, it qualifies as being part of the witchyshadowssal. If you're stitching a pattern that has a witch and a shadow, or a witch's silhouette, a witch and her shadow, if it's got a witch and a shadow, then it qualifies. Hashtag it. Let me see your wonderful works, please. Because I want to squee over all the silhouetted and shadowy witch stuff out there. And that's it for sales. I will save life update until after my YouTube recommendations, since, I don't know, maybe you don't want to hear that first off. So we'll go directly into FFOs. I have FFOs, people. And the very first one is also part of another hashtag. Started by Q and Vicky, I believe. Stitch and Button. And it is your proudest X-Stitch project. And this, to date, is my proudest cross-stitch project. And I FFO'd it last Wednesday. And here it is. It's my Stitcher's Coven piece. Now, this is my proudest project because for a number of reasons. First of all, I really love how the fabric came out. And I also love how the pattern came out because I made the pattern. This is my pattern that I made for the Stitcher's Coven. And of course you see the witches all have fabulous shoes because the shoes are required. A witch needs fabulous shoes. And I'm not well versed in witch lore. But I consulted my sister, but I consulted people that are to make sure that the motifs that I was, aiming for worked. And this works 3 ways. Okay, this first of all, you've got three aspects here. Maiden, mother, crone. And also, the maiden is holding a floss bobbin. The mother is holding, it's either the project in the Q-snap or the pattern. And the crone, can maybe just catch, is holding a needle. That's meant to echo bell, book, and candle. And of course, you have the Stitcher's Coven. And because Stitchers and witches come in all races, each witch has a different skin tone. So I am very, very proud of this project. This is my proudest cross-stitch project to date. I don't know if it will remain my proudest cross-stitch project. Who knows? No telling. But to date, it's an FFO now. I love how I played with the frame. It is on the wall. It is going on the wall. Not this wall, because this is my mom's room. Something else will eventually go on this wall. And I have another FFO. If you follow me on Instagram, which is Trulywicked Crafts. Oh no, I lost a spider. Oh well. But if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen the frame for this. It is now fully finished. Witchy Jack is in a frame, and I love how it came out. There are spiders on the crossed brooms. And there's supposed to be another spider down here, but I don't know where it went. I'll have to fix that later. I have like a million of these spiders. It was the 3D confetti. Gotten from Walmart. 88 cents. So, the frame. I showed the frame in a thrift haul. And it was originally this odd silver metallic, and it's concave, as you can see. And what I did was, first I painted it with matte black Rust-Oleum primer paint. And then I covered it with this mesh fabric that I found at the dollar store in their Halloween section. Mod Podged it on and then Mod Podged over it because glitter. I love sparkly, I love glitter, but I don't want it all over me. When it gets all over me, it is no longer glitter, it is hell sand. But I really love how this came out. And then I got the little brooms to cross over it, and in the frame is Witchy Jack. I love it. Looks so pretty. My granny wants it. And I'm going to put the spider back on there, and she's going to get it. Granny wants it, Granny can have it. And those are my 2 FFOs. Aren't they pretty? FOs. I'm actually not sure how many of these I have already shown. Let's see. Pretty sure I showed that. Okay, showed the evergreen. Okay, yeah, gotcha. Okay, I will actually show the other two, but these are the ones I believe I've finished off since last we spoke, and they're from the Sleigh Ride Mill Hill kits, and this is the traditional sleigh. I'm not bending down to pick it up. I hope you got the full shot. And this is the vintage sleigh. And, you know, I have to say, between that, of all the sleighs, the vintage sleigh and the celestial sleigh, which I don't have out here because it's not part of the gifts, are my favorites. These are all going to become ornaments for my brother and his family. And I will show you, I've shown them before, but, you know, since I just finished the last two that will become ornaments, I'm going to go ahead and show you the finishes of the other three, because it's been a while, for at least this one. This is the woodland sleigh. This is the evergreen sleigh, which I didn't mention it before when I showed it, but the little Westie, the actual pattern does not call for it to be like that outlined in the funky gray thread, but you couldn't really see them all that well against the fabric, so I wanted to show them off a little better. And this is the Toyland sleigh. I'm still trying to figure out my signature initials on finishes. At least Ada finishes. So those are my FOs. On to whips. On to whips. First one for the Witchy Shadows. I want to get the moon done. But it went from a 20 stitch by 30 stitch square to a 30 by 30 stitch and these black stitches, and now getting to the moon and the owl's eyeballs. But I want to get the moon done before I do any more of the black stitching. And the reason for this is because of the way that, you know, in case like the black stitches wind up like laying over the moon somehow, you know, it just, I don't know how to explain it, but when you're stitching up against other stitches, somehow the color that you're currently stitching with just kind of looks just a little bit like it's laying over the other stitches. So I want to kind of make it look like all the branches and everything are over the moon, if that makes sense. It's an effect that only I notice, or only I will notice, because I'm the only one close enough to notice it. But, you know, playing with the effect will make me happy. But that's actually going to go into sort of hibernation until I get done with all my gift stitching. Because there's gift stitching a-going. Gift stitching and catching up. Oh god, this. The Creature Sal. The Clouds Factory Legendary Creatures Sal. I've been working on Kraken. For 2 weeks, I have been working on Kraken. I had to rip this sucker out so many times. Yo, I just about lost my mind. I don't know what it was about the Kraken, but it was like every time I tried to stitch it right, I just couldn't manage it. So I wound up gridding it. There's some thin, threads there. Let me wiggle my nail up under there. There you go. Lighter threads. And then I also picked up, because I saw it on Half Stitch Cross Stitch, who I've just started watching, I picked up some Sulky Sliver to do more gridding. I completely got bored with gridding. I have enough gridding to guide me through Kraken and Jackalope. When I start moving on to Ouroboros, I have no clue if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I will grid some more, but for now, I'm done gridding on that. Don't like it. I do not like gridding. And then, I'm literally in the middle of a stitch on this. Let me just pull that on through. I started something new. This is from the Snowflower Diaries. It's a freebie pattern. And it's called the Joyful World Sal. And this is January. Isn't it pretty? And my plan for this, if I can find what I want for it. But my plan is, it's going to go on the wall. So each month that rolls around, you have this, and then underneath it, sort of like a kitchen washboard, chalkboard thing. This on the top, and then have like a chalkboard underneath. Write the date and the year. And that's my plans for that. And I want to get them done, at least the month before, get January done by the end of December, get February done by the end of January, so that all of January I will have that on the wall. Of February I'll have that on the wall. That's my plan for that. Is that it for Whoops? That's it for Whoops. That's everything I have stitched on in the last 2 weeks. So, last time I did not show any of the brownies. The brownies are shop brownies and gift brownies. Brownies are meant to be helpful little creatures. If you know like any brownie lore, or if you were like ever in Girl Scouts, you know the story of the brownies. And basically the deal is that a brownie is meant to be a helpful little creature. And when you're in a shop, any shop, online, physical shop, whatever, and you're perusing the wares and you're like, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. And then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're checking out and something's in your cart. You didn't put that in your cart. You love it. You did want it very, very much, but you didn't put that in your cart. How did it get there? The shop brownie put it there. And then of course, because brownies are helpful creatures, you also have gift brownies. Brownies that bring you gifts from people. And stitchy kindness brownies. There are all kinds of brownies, people. So, last time I did not show you anything that the brownies brought because I don't feel comfortable showing off my brownies outside of my home. Like physically outside of my home. But the brownies did indeed come. So now I shall show you all my brownies. First off, a gift brownie. Now, y'all know I'm always talking about Jackson Fabric Arts. I love them. I love their fabric. It is amazeballs. Well, they ran a giveaway. And pretty much the way the giveaway... Excuse me? And I told you about the giveaway. Didn't I? I'm pretty sure I told you about the giveaway. Because I was like, that ain't right. Y'all gotta go check them out. So I won the giveaway, and this is the fabric that was sent. It's 54 count. And it's this gorgeous orange. I do not yet know what's going to be stitched on it. But something pretty will be stitched on it. Because it's got this gorgeous orange with like yellowy tones within the modeling. And oh, for serious people. For serious. Is this not absolutely gorgeous? And along with that came flosses. Pretty. So, gift brownie brought that. All the rest are shop brownies. All the rest are shop brownies. Okay, well, I went on to Down Sunshine Lane because I wanted to see if I could get a hold of 20 count Ada to try for maybe see if it'll work better for than what is called for. Work better for me than what is called for the linenberry that I have, linenberry pattern that I have. So I picked up some 20 count Ada from Down Sunshine Lane. Well, while I was there, I also always, whenever you go on Sunshine Lane, of course you always check out the clearance or on sale section. And I saw this, and I could not leave it behind. Barbara Anna Designs, Alley Quartet. And what sold me on getting this was that cat right there. The green hat. Now, why did this sell me on it? Green hat, like, and over here, sort of a red and gold look. Green and silver, red and gold. I look at this and I see Hogwarts cats. Yeah. So, I already have a plan for this. And that plan is to stitch them up as cute little Hogwarts cats. And we're going to have a Gryffindor, and we're going to have a Ravenclaw, and Slytherin, and Hufflepuff. And the littlest one is not a Hufflepuff because he's the littlest. He's a Hufflepuff because he's the cutest. I'm a Slytherin, but Hufflepuffs are the cutest. I will fight you on this. So, there's that. And then, of course, Mom and I were at Walmart. And always at Walmart, you peruse through the craft section. Picked up some trim. I am not a fan of this gold trim, but it's the only gold trim I can find, so it's going to be used for the sleighs, unless I can find the kind of gold trim that I really, really want. It's not looking good, though. And the reason I don't like that gold trim is because it is a pain to get the needle through. But while we were there, they had the fat quarter box. They had fat quarter box. And I went a little nuts. The brownies went a little nuts. Halloween fabric. More Halloween fabric with shiny bats as well as black bats. This, I know exactly what I'm going to use this for. I'm going to use this to back my Sign of the Cat piece. As soon as I figure out what the heck I'm going to turn the Sign of the Cat piece into. And little skulls, also with shiny metallic. I'm a shiny sparkly girl, folks. Don't know why, but I am. And then night owl fabric. Spooky night owl. I love it. And then, because of course you're going into, you know, you're still in fall, still in autumn, and you are also going into, you know, Thanksgiving season. You've got the corn fabric. I have no clue what I'm going to use any of this harvesty fabric for, but I love it. And this is sunflowers and corn and pumpkins. There's a little hint of a pumpkin there. Again, no clue. It was just pretty. Lots of pumpkins. I don't know. I might actually just wind up turning these into like a small quilt or something. I don't know. I have no clue. And this is, let's see. Be thankful, falling leaves, happy fall. Bunch of leaves. Now this one I guess could also qualify as like Halloween fabric, but it's little blackbirds or crows on red fabric. On a red background. Then you have apples and sunflowers and more crows. Those crows are adorable. I have a deep fondness for crows and ravens, and it is not sourced from Edgar Allan Poe, surprisingly enough. My niece is named, it's sourced because my niece is named Raven, so. And then, the reason I was at the fabric cutting counter to see all that was because I saw this. I saw this cardinal fabric, and Mom and I both went, oh, ooh. And then Mom went, you could use that for a panel in making Granny a walker bag for winter. Sold. I've made my Granny like a walker caddy before. Actually, I have made 2 walker caddies. I'm not like master of it, but Granny loves Cardinals. We saw the Cardinals and just could not pass up. So, got the Cardinals, got this, and then because I need 3 different fabrics for making the walker caddy, I was sifting through the fat quarter box and found this. And then while I'm waiting for the fabrics to be cut, I am then also seeing all that other lovely fat quarter, 97 cents fat quarters, and it's like, Shop Brownies just dumped it all into the cart. Also picked up some 742. And that was like well over a week ago. Well, I'm sure you all know that this past weekend, Julians had a sale. Joyous had a floss sale. I also picked up bobbins because I bobbinate my floss. And because I don't really, Okay, DMC bobbins are a no. Let's stick with Janlin in the future. Dang it. Usually I get the bobbins, the little plastic bobbins from Walmart, and they hold the floss in their little slits just fine. But apparently DMC does not. But I've already bobbinated all the flosses that I got. I do not hold to the do not use it until you show it on Flosstube rule. I'm a rebel. What can I say? These are all the flosses I got. And they are all gotten because I got them all because they are all going to be used in projects that I intend to start in the next 6 months. So these are the flosses that I did not have for my next 6 months plan. I think there's 61, but don't quote me. Oh, Joyous last weekend, still real close to Halloween. Of course, they've still got of course they've got the Halloween clearance bins, 75% off. Found some ribbon. Got the bat ribbon there. Purple bat ribbon and eye ribbon. And because Fiskars was on sale, and because, sadly, my last rotary blade is rusted out, and I'm going to need my rotary cutter, I got some of those. So, that's all the Shop Brownies that visited. 10 minutes of it. So, yep, that's it for the Shop Brownies this week. Of course, there are more coming today. Oh. But, where am I? Ah, yes. On to Flosstube. I have been watching two. One of them's new-ish, and one of them's new to me. The new-ish one is one that I'm pretty sure you've heard of before, because I think other far more prevalent Flosstubers have already shouted them out, but they are the Sunshine Stitchers. And I have watched all of their episodes. There are only 4 episodes, like easy peasy. Not a huge back catalog. And they're fun. They're fun to watch. And they live in Florida, much like me. But they live farther down south, so they have a lot more heat to deal with. I must salute them for that. And the new to me, this is the first time I've been watching them. Okay? And you're probably like, oh, that's probably going to be your reaction when I tell you this, but I have just started watching Priscilla and Chelsea, The Real Housewives of Crossstitch. I'll pause and let you pick your jaw up off the floor. You good? Yes, I have not. This is the first time I've seen them. And I am binging them from their first episode on. And yes, I'm enjoying them. So, definitely, if, like me, you are behind the ball, and you haven't yet watched Priscilla and Chelsea, go watch them. And I would suggest you go watch the Sunshine Stitchers and get on that before they have a huge back catalog to have to binge through. Because they're fun. I think they're going to be just as fun to watch as Priscilla and Chelsea and Pam and Steph and Bendy Stitchy. Michelle, Bendy Stitchy. So, go check them out. As always, links will be below in the description box. And my YouTube recommendation. Well, first of all, I told you previously about Lucas the Spider. There's a new one. I love Lucas the Spider. And coming from me, that's saying something, because spiders and I are not bosom buddies. So, but my recommendation this time, back to music, is 331 Rock. And what this guy does is he takes, sometimes they're movie themes, sometimes they're old songs, old theme songs from, like, well, he did Power Rangers. I'm trying to remember what it was that he did that caught my attention. I can't remember. But he does guitar covers of other music. Like, he did a guitar cover of Power Rangers. The Power Rangers theme. My 90s child heart just about soared out the window in joy. I've got to get that trimmed. He has done a heavy metal cover of, I think, the Titanic theme? I think so. My brain's just... But because I like the guitar in heavy metal, I like listening to his covers. It's enjoyable to me. Obviously, since not everybody likes heavy metal, not for everybody, so. But I like it. If you like listening to, like, heavy metal, or you like heavy metal guitar, or you just love to see someone totally shredding it on a guitar, check out 331 Rock. He awesome. So I think that's all. Not as bad as before. 43 minutes. One day I will get it regularly down below 30. Watch me. Not likely. But yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening to my babble. I hope life treats you kind. Remember, # get your stitchy wishes granted. Take care, y'all. Bye.